a town called Nazareth. Why would he be afraid of Archelaus? That's all it says in the text. He just says he was afraid to go there because he heard Archelaus was ruling there. Well, if you go to Josephus, the Jewish historian, who lived from about 37 AD to about 100 AD, if you go there and read Josephus, Josephus actually tells us why Joseph probably feared Archelaus. Matthew doesn't say this, but Josephus tells us that in putting down a disturbance at the temple in 4 BC, that Archelaus sent in troops and slaughtered 3,000 Jews, and Passover was canceled. So Archelaus was such a bad guy that as soon as Joseph heard of this, he said, I'm not going to where he's ruling. How could he have heard of this, by the way? Well, it may have been that Jews who lived in Egypt were going down the road to Egypt, and Joseph and Mary and the baby Jesus are making their way back up from Egypt. And maybe they were even making their way up for the Passover. And these Jews who are going back home to Egypt where they live see Joseph coming up. And Joseph says to them, hey, how come you're not at Passover? That's where I'm heading. And they go, oh, you haven't heard? Archelaus just killed 3,000 Jews. Passover's canceled. He killed them right there in the temple. He slaughtered them. 3,000 of our own brethren. So Joseph says, well, I'm going back to Israel, but I'm not going back to where that guy is. He's a nut. Now, you see, Matthew doesn't tell us anything about why Archelaus is so bad and why Joseph is afraid. But Josephus, an external source to the New Testament, tells us as much.